One by one, the coaches lined up. The journey from Mariupol should take 3 hours, but it's taken 3 days. A few dozen evacuees, a few bags, a few pets, a few papers to prove they are who they say they are. But they have stories no one would want to emulate. They've escaped after days holed up in the dark of a giant steelworks. Olga Savina is confused and dazed after the dangerous journey.
I was there for 2.5 months. We were bombed from all the sides. My son left first and found the commanders to inform them that we were there. You can't imagine how scary it is when you sit in the shelter in a wet and damp basement which is bouncing, shaking. When we went outside, I saw the sun for the second time in 2 months.
For every evacuee here, this is the first proper meal for many weeks. Time seemed to be running out, and it still is for civilians who remain inside the plant that they managed to leave. President Zelensky was greeted like a victorious leader today. He is not that, not yet certainly. But that he could leave his compound to address the parliament today for the first time since the invasion is a sign of Ukraine's progress. The applause went on as a virtual guest beamed in from Downing Street. A few members of parliament held Union flags as Boris Johnson prepared to address the chamber. Their applause is a snapshot of how Ukraine regards Britain's support.
The so-called irresistible force of Putin's war machine has broken on the immovable object of Ukrainian patriotism and love of country. This is Ukraine's finest hour that will be remembered and recounted for generations to come.
Ukrainian MPs who were in the chamber welcomed Britain's promise to provide more equipment.
The most important is that we are now confident that the UK and other partners from the international community are willing to stand with Ukraine, come what may.
If this really is Ukraine's finest hour, as the Prime Minister declared earlier, well, perhaps today was one of its finest moments. Those long-awaited evacuations from Mariupol offer so much hope to Ukrainians at a time when they really need it. Rohit Kachru, News at 10, Kyiv.